All right. I hope you had a great Monday, had a good day off. Okay, so for this week, let's take a look at what we're going to do. We're going to read an Aztec legend called Popocatépetl and Iztaccíhuatl. Those are the names of two volcanoes near Mexico City, near Tenochtitlan, where you're learning about in the Aztecs. And this is the legend that explains how they came to be. I heard your concerns last week. Some people felt like things were going a little too fast. Other people felt like the pacing was good. So like I said in the weekly overview, there's a little compromise. The readings are going to be shorter, and the assignments are smaller. But there's also, if you look over here on the social studies page, down at the module for this week, Aztec Extra Exploration, if you want to check some of these things out, all about the different things about the Aztecs, you can read these, kind of check one or two out like a museum, just check it out. Or there's also assignments in the extra credit page that's at the bottom here, and you can just choose one of those activities to do, whichever one you want. Okay, so the readings are going to be a little shorter. You can see today the entire reading, if you're listening to it, takes 5 minutes and 40 seconds. I think we could do that. And then there are some questions based on that. Let me show you how this is going to work. You can listen to it and queue it up. Today is from 0 minutes to 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Tomorrow, if you look at the directions, it'll show you where to start and how long to listen for. And then at the bottom here, we've got the story. It's you can scroll through. So I put in here where to start reading. So today, Tuesday, start reading. Read down. Question number 1 in your weekly question is in this section. Question number 2, it asks about this paragraph. Question 3, 4, and 5. And then this is where it says stop reading right here. So you've got 2 pages of reading today, 5 questions, and stop here. Tomorrow you'll begin reading here, and there tells you where the different questions can be found. Okay, so hopefully that will help out. And then when it gets to Thursday and Friday, I think there's only 2 or 3 questions on each of those days. All right, don't forget, click on this link right here, and that will open up the weekly assignment for Popocatépetl and Iztaccíhuatl. No questions on Monday. So where it says Tuesday today, question number 1, that's where that purple number 1 was in the story, right? Right down there. Okay, final thing, let's talk about legends really quickly. This is a Mexican legend. It explains how these 2 volcanoes, which still are erupting now and again, it explains how they came into being. So take a look at this for a second. So legends, as this kind of form, this genre, what's unique about it? What does a legend mean? So legends are based on the oral tradition, stories passed down from generation to generation by word of mouth, not written down at first. Because they were passed down by people speaking them, they altered over time and kind of got exaggerated often. So they're often based on real events, something that really did happen, and maybe people that really did exist. But because they're exaggerated, they're told over and over, they're exaggerated. So the things that get exaggerated, that's the interesting part. So legends often contain fantastic details, things that couldn't really be true, and they often involve larger-than-life characters. But because they've been exaggerated, these characters contain qualities like their personality or their bravery or whatever their qualities, the good guys versus the bad guys, or the reason why people make mistakes in the stories. They reflect the attitudes and values of the culture. So when we read this Aztec legend, based on what the people do and how they act, this will help us understand what are the values of the Aztecs. What did they think was noble or admirable? How should children act? How should a ruler rule? What kind of mistakes do people make? What is the big betrayal? How do people behave, and so on? So how the people act in this legend is a reflection of what the Aztecs thought was important or what they thought was particularly bad. All right, so let's take a look here, get back to our story, open up the questions, and then listen to the 5 minutes, and we'll check back in tomorrow. Okay, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.